First reading.
The Border Processing, Arrivals and Departures Levy Bill is set down for second reading forthwith. The Honourable Nathan Guy.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the Border Processing, Arrivals and Departures Levy Act be read a second time.
No, Levy Bill it is, not an act.
Levy Bill.
Bill.
Be read a second time. As I outlined to the House earlier, this levy will fund the costs of border processing incurred by the Ministry for Primary Industries and the New Zealand Customs Service and ensure that border services are sustainable. MPI and Customs together spend around $100 million a year on border clearance for passengers and crew. In the past, these costs have been met by taxpayers. It is worth noting that around 55% of arriving and departing passengers come from overseas and therefore do not contribute directly to the cost of our border services. The government considers it is fairer for these costs to fall on passengers travelling internationally. Our borders are dealing with increasing volumes. Arriving air passenger volumes have grown by more than 18% from 4.4 million in 2009 to 5.2 million in 2014 and are expected to continue to increase by around 3.5% per year. The levy will help ensure our border processes stay fit for purpose into the future. It is likely that the total cost for passengers arriving and departing New Zealand will be around $22 inclusive of GST, but further modelling and consultation with stakeholders, if the members listen opposite, and with the New Zealand public needs to be completed before the total amount is confirmed. Officials are preparing a discussion document outlining the proposed options which will be released for public feedback in June. The levy is proposed to take effect on the 1st of January 2016 and will be applied to tickets purchased on or after that date. Around 95%, Mr Speaker, of travellers cleared at the border arrive on commercial airlines. About 4% come from cruise ships and the remaining 1% come from private aircraft, yachts, cargo ships, etc. This announcement is part of a range of measures in Budget 2015 to improve security and services at the border, involving immigration, customs and biosecurity. MPI and Customs have already been closely working together to make improvements at the border, sharing their facilities, cross-warranting of staff, enhanced profiling, targeting of incoming passengers, the use of automated systems such as Smart Gate. Mr Speaker, the introduction of the Border Processing, Arrivals and Departures Levy Act will put border services on a sustainable footing by allowing funding to increase as passengers rise, which is fairer and it will be more responsive to managing the risk at the border as well as providing quality services. Mr Speaker, I commend this bill to the House.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. Reno Tirikadni.